Okay, I was doing a little bit of work on LT500 parts today. Didn't really do too much. Started sandblasting this case. I used actually copper slag on it. As you can see, it actually the writing is still nice and the corners are nice and sharp still, so I never took too much off it. I also got crushed walnut shells that I'll probably use to finish it. Right now it has a little bit of a textured finish, which I don't mind because it actually makes it look like some of the modern machines, I guess. This case is toast. Has a pretty good crack on the side. Hard to see on here. So, gasket surface, everything is fine. It never wrecked any of that. When I blasted it, it was always flat on the ground. And then I did the underside real quick. Gasket surfaces, everything seems to be good. I was running fairly low PSI, around 70 PSI when I was doing it. Also did with the same material, or the same stuff, I did this steel kickstand from the Big Wheel 250. Did a flashlight made out of aluminum. It had a Hale 3 or whatever the hell you call it, kind of coating on it, military coating, I guess. So that all came off nicely. Took a lot to get it off. Still has some pretty good grip on it. Has an SST50 lens on it, or a light, so modifying it for a buddy of mine. The lens itself is just a standard shitty lens. It was an Ultrafire light before, not a Surefire, Ultrafire, which is a cheap Chinese light. The light's only worth, or it was only like $100, so it was a cheapie. SST50, one of the single brightest LED lights you can get, besides the SST90. Basically what I'm going to be doing is welding the bottom rail onto here so he can mount it onto his gun. Well, not a rail, but pretty much welding on scope rings with the tops cut off so it makes it look a little bit nicer. Aluminum scope rings. But that's maybe another video, probably won't bother. Started sandblasting up the parts for the brakes. Turn on the light here, might get a better shot. So I just went quickly over everything, never even took it apart. Just taped off the ends. Made sure not to get any in the seal there. Still will have to do another quick blast on it before I paint it. Also did a few other parts. That foot peg is totally destroyed. You can see a little bit of blue still hanging on there, so a little bit on that one. Nothing too major. I only spent about, on everything here, maybe half an hour worth of blasting, so yeah, I do got it still on. So that's that copper slag I was using. So it's pretty gritty kind of stuff. Old lens, had to change it, got pretty bad. So that's the copper slag I was using. It's only $12 a bag or something like that, so it's dirt cheap. I also got a bag of walnut shells, which is, everyone's seen what walnut shells look like, almost gravel or sand, just a lot lighter. It didn't want to even budge any of the paint on any of this stuff, which makes sense. It's more for polishing than sandblasting, in my opinion. I know if I use it on that case after in this light, I can give it a pretty nice smooth finish, but I kind of like the rough and tough finish. I'm going to be painting all this. Besides the foot pegs, I'm just going to probably try to find a set of aftermarket ones, or I might just chop them off and rebuild them. Hard to see if I could focus how shitty the factory welds were. Pretty shitty job from the factory, but anyway, I'm thinking of using a Duracoat type finish on this whole machine. It's going to cost about, for a gallon of the paint is $399, which should be enough for me to do the entire quad, including the frame. Plus, I should be able to do a few other projects. It's a firearm paint again, so it's a gun paint. I'll also probably parkerize some of the parts underneath, hard to say. Just want to make just a quick update video that I am slowly starting to work on this machine. Still not quite cold enough outside to start working on a winter project. Sandblaster I recently picked up at Princess Auto not too long ago. It was on sale for $125, so can't go wrong for a sandblaster for $125. So this is a pretty decent one. AdSense money again, I used to buy that. So 125 bucks. I don't think they're on sale anymore, but just if anyone's in Canada, you might be able to order it on their site. Normal price I think is either $2.99 or $2.49. So 125 bucks was a hell of a deal on it. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this video. Of course, you're going to need a good air compressor if you get one. So 18.5 CFM snap-on. Seems to be able to keep up nicely. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some more cases and all kinds of other parts later on this week. Just wanted to pretty much, like I said, make a video showing that I'm actually working on it. The color that I'm thinking of making the frame on the quad and everything else is shit green, kind of like that. So I know now that probably made a lot of people not want to watch the rest of these videos, but for what I'm going to be using it for, the military, flat black, flat green, it's going to be one of those two colors. I just want it to be able to blend in with pretty much everything else that I like to run. So flat black, or even maybe a green color, kind of like that. So not too sure. I might even go a desert kind of tan. So if you just do a search on Google for a desert tan color, you'll see what I mean. Kind of like a military desert tan, kind of make it blend in. So, okay, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Also, a buddy of mine, Garbage, picked me a nice rifle target. So, made out of some pretty good plate steel. Looks like it was never used. Paint I used was pretty well expired, so it kind of just dribbled everywhere and made a mess. Still wet even after 2 days. But whatever, I'm going to take out the 50 cal probably next week and do some target shooting at that. Might also use 7mm, so all depends on what I feel like, and yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Another shitty video about whatever.